men age like wine and women age like milk. Of course, you ladies don't like to hear the hard truth, but that's the reality of
Videos like these tickle me deeply. Imagine you're actually over here talking about men age like fine wine whilst women age like milk. Such a dated analogy, and if we're honest, it's only used to make men feel better about the fact that when they age, they, as opposed to women, are more likely to have problems in every department. And just to clarify, this is not me making up the rules. These are facts based on science and medical research. Let's start with wine. As wine ages, it evolves in taste and smell and body. We're going to come back to the body bit. As milk ages, it spoils. And that's due to an overgrowth of bacteria, which ultimately renders the milk sour and undrinkable. So these men, I mean, let's be real, it's only really men that use this phrase. What these men are trying to put out there when they say this is that as they age, they taste better and their body works better. Whilst women, on the other hand, well, apparently they are sour and undrinkable, but I'm just going to change undrinkable to unusable. In fact, no, let's say undesirable, because I feel like that's really what we're talking about here. They become undesirable and therefore unable to get good schmecks, or at least as good as what they might have had when perhaps they were younger, right? Okay, so first of all, science tells us that men actually age faster than women in all areas. Now, I can feel the heckles of every man watching this literally rise with my every word. And I just know the whole argument of, yeah, but men can reproduce longer than women is gonna roll off the lips. But I'm just gonna say, if that's all you've got to say in response to such a massive statement, just know it. I actually feel that whole narrative is just so boring. I mean, what does it even mean? Okay, so as long as you've got lead in your pencil, technically you can make a baby, and what? Versus the fact that for women, when they get to a certain age, biologically it becomes very difficult, or in some cases impossible, to have a baby. I mean, if we're sensible about this, most people over a certain age don't have the energy or desire to have a child anyway. And for what it's worth, what would be your motive for making a baby so late in life anyway? What? Because you can? Okay, whatever, Mick Jagger. Honestly, if that's all men really have over women, the potential ability to reproduce until the day they die, all I can say is, I'm sorry. But back to the point, back to the facts. Not only do men show more of a rapid decline in health than women as they age, and that's physically as in how the face looks and how the body presents itself, but when it comes to arguably one of life's sweetest yet cheapest pleasures in life, schmack, it is men that have more issues statistically in this department than women. Men are less able to satisfy a woman as they age, whilst women, they're forever going to be able to satisfy a man. I mean, we all know how hetero schmex works, don't we? And to be honest, we're kind of moving more towards what men versus women can do as they age in that department, because it's apparent that most people, men, stand up and make these grandiose statements about women aging like milk in a kind of roundabout way. They're talking about schmecks. It's almost a way of justifying why older men should go for younger women. I'm just gonna finish with this. I've said it before and I'll say it again. As women age, her drive increases. As a man ages, his declines. We know from roughly the mid-30s, his testosterone levels begin to decrease. Testosterone is the hormone responsible for his drive. So as that drops, then I want to say, so does his ability to perform. Technically, it's actually women that should be pursuing younger male partners if they are looking for someone to match their drive. Think about it. Younger men have higher drives that decrease as they age, whilst younger women have lower drives that increase as they age. In other words, as he's going up in age, his drive is coming down, but as she's going up in age, her drive is going up. If we accept that, it is facts, then it stands to reason that the older woman, younger man dynamic makes more sense than the older man, younger woman dynamic if we're talking about schmexual compatibility at least. So when we take all of that and look at the facts, it's probably time we readdress such a derogatory and sexist statement which only serves to make men feel better about themselves, and ask the question again, exactly who is aging like milk, because it definitely ain't women.